discovering that I can sing from an early age, enabled me or opened doors for me in, high school to be part of 2 choirs. And by the grace of God, I've had opportunities to travel overseas, and we were competitive choirs as well. So we saw, musical talent from all over the world and what they had to offer. And I learned a lot, during that time of my life as well.
Uyaphila?
Ngiyaphila kunjani wena?
Ngiyaphila. I didn't know whether to speak English or Mthethi's Xhosa because
Mix.
you imitating his Xhosa.
Ungayi mix. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start by running through the song and then explain the lyrics after.
No problem.
Okay, you can play the song.
I'm so stressed, so very stressed. I'm so stressed, so very stressed. Dilikwala nfuna uchaya noshilizi ngogwayi nokuyotya ndikufuna because I've got an addictive personality. That road is just not for me. Gotta find another way to tranquility. Guess prayer and faith might be the thing for me until I'm no longer stressed. So very stressed. I'm so stressed, so very stressed. I'm so stressed, so very stressed. I'm so stressed, so very stressed. Don't know what will happen tomorrow. Self-trained to be in control. Now stop me from the cold turkey of throwing away all my crutches. It's my own way to find stability. But I'll take it so I'll have the victory and be free from the stress. So very stressed. I'm so stressed, so very stressed. I'm so stressed, so very stressed. I'm so stressed, so very stressed. Even though things are not going my way, I am reminded that it's not the worst of circumstances. We shouldn't take for granted. We live in abundance and we're blessed, so very blessed. I'm so 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 blessed, so very blessed. Oh yeah. Papayara pupea. Oh yeah. Papayara pupea. Oh yeah. Papayara pupea. Oh yeah.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I wish we could have like the backing vocals as well, but we're not gonna do that.
Oh, they're there. They're in the song.
I'm saying for the episode, but it's
For a cappella. Oh my days.
no.
Okay.
You tell them to check the song out on Spotify if they want the.
Yeah, if you want to hear the whole song, it's on every DSP, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. You can find it everywhere. And as for the rest of my album as well, the grow up, the song is one of 14 songs on my album, my debut album.
Oh, okay. So You spoke a bit about the song on WhatsApp, but I want you to explain it to the audience what the song is about.
So the song really is about really going through, the mental stages of life. You can be stressed about something, but then it's really about shifting perspective. So one can go from stressed to blessed in about 3 minutes within the song. So the bridge is where the perspective also shifts. You, after initially acknowledging, how you feel, what the things that you're going through, the processes in your mind, then the shift happens in the bridge. It says, okay, even though things are not going the way I want them to go, it's not the worst thing. I have the capacity and I have the bandwidth to get through whatever it is that is putting my mind in a negative space.
Okay. Is that why the song is? Because you're saying you're stressed, but the song is very like light and bubbly and stuff.
Yes. So you're going from stressed to blessed. So again, like it starts off with a problem, and then you can use your mind to bring you a solution to that problem. And sometimes a solution is just perspective. It's how you think and how you view that problem. You are blessed after all, even though life isn't perfect.
Were you going through something at the time, or it was just another person's story, or it was a personal story?
I was going through a moment. It's funny how the song actually started. I was in my house alone, and I was, of course, stressed about something. And then, whenever I'm going through any feels, I always end up singing it in a melody because, I mostly live alone. So I end up just singing, how I feel to myself. And I'm like, well, this is a nice hook. Maybe a whole song could come out of that. And then, and that's when the song was born. And also I used it to get to a point where I'm like, you know what, even if I don't always feel relaxed, even though I don't always feel happy, I'm always blessed. Even though I'm not always happy, there's joy. And that is the blessing.
So because the song is like two parts, the stressed part and then the blessed part.
Blessed at the end. Yeah.
So did you write both of them at the like on one go, or
okay? Like so how I wrote it. First, what came to me was the hook, which is a chorus, and then I sat down and I wrote the first verse and second verse. Then the bridge came later on, and that was a song. So I also worked on it on Fruity Loops as well. I composed on Fruity Loops.
Oh, okay. And then I also want to speak about like your sound. What's the inspiration behind your sound?
Wow, it's many like modern musicians, like FJK Juice, French Kiwi Juice. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know him. Your Tom Mishes, those guys with the jazzy chords, they inspire me. And in particular, musicians that combine, jazz with pop, that type of fusion. That's the inspiration behind my sound.
Oh, okay. And then in terms of, I'm a biased person, and this lady's gonna shout at me. But in terms of like commercialization of you, like why do you make your music? Let's start it up. Why do you make the music you make?
I make the music I make to please God. It pleases God when we use our gifts and talents that He has given us, and also to feel purposeful, to feel fulfilled. And once you discover an ability that you have, you're not going to sit on it, because at the end of the day, that's a down payment from God on what you must invest on and what you must increase in your life. That is your purpose. So that's why I make my music, and that's why I do what I do.
So not to fly overseas.
Of course, I mean those nice things will come with it.
I saw it on the
I don't
bio.
mind it. I've been there. In high school. My music, discovering that I can sing from an early age, enabled me or opened doors for me in high school to be part of 2 choirs, and by the grace of God, I've had opportunities to travel overseas, and we were competitive choirs as well. So we saw, musical talent from all over the world and what they had to offer. And I learned a lot, during that time of my life as well. And I was enriched musically.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then, so we in the spaces, say Planet One, Greenpeace Foundation. So we want to ask Uguti, how can you like, because you grew up around music, I'm taking that.
Yes.
So how can people use music to impact like the environment and like the spaces they're in?
Well, that's a very, very good, beautiful question. I think the first thing that comes to my mind is in order to do anything, you need money. Even the NPOs, NGOs, they need some sort of subsidy. So I would definitely be happy to be part of a concert for benefiting the environment, raising funds, to plant trees and to, incorporate gardening and some sort of agriculture in children's curriculums as well. It also starts with the children, at a young age. They are our future, they are our next generation. So if we impart their knowledge into them, and also, yes, you raising those funds through music being one of the channels, I think that we could be onto something.
Can I be personal?
Okay.
You said you were going to like a music lesson after this.
Oh yes. I'm a piano tutor. I teach piano lessons as well.
Oh, you teach piano
Yes.
to age group?
People of all ages. Doesn't matter, as long as like you are in the, basic levels 1 and 2. I'm your girl to teach you.
Oh, okay, I might come through for some lessons.
Cool stuff.
Okay. And then, back to the song.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This was supposed to be an interview about the song.
Oh, no
Excuse
worries.
me. Yeah, you just became too fascinating. And then, are there like any like lines that you want to highlight from the song that specifically speak about being stressed and being blessed from like the verses?
Okay, so in verse 1, it opens with the Xhosa line that says, "Diligwala ndifuna utshaya, ndimosha ilizwi ngogwayi." So usually people, we all deal with stress. We all have vices that help us cope with stress, and sometimes if people can't handle that, it becomes an abuse of those vices, such as maybe substance abuse.
Translation?
Yeah, I'm translating it, yeah. So it means I'm scared. I don't want to end up abusing substances to cope with stress. I also don't want to get high or drunk because I know I have an addictive personality. That road is just not for me. Okay, so I need to find another way to tranquility. I guess prayer and faith might work for me so that I can no longer be stressed, or at least alleviate the stress. So I open the song like that okay, now I'm stressed, how do I deal with it? I don't want to deal with it in that typical way that can get me caught up. So that's what the first verse is about. And then the second verse is, people usually say that anxiety, I don't really suffer from anxiety right now, but people get anxious about the future. Yeah. So it's don't know what will happen tomorrow, self-trained to be in control, to try and control things. But in the end of the day, it is liberating to realize that we are not in control of everything. So those things you can't control, you might as well relax about and be proactive about what you can control and what you have the bandwidth to change. You understand? Yeah. So that's what the second verse is about.
Oh, okay. And then how do you cope with stress if you don't smoke?
That's a good question. I just watch my favorite show, or I meditate on Bible verses that I've read before, and I identify the triggers or what it is that causes the stress, and I minimize my exposure to those triggers. That's how I manage it.
Oh, okay. That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
And then you said it's part of a project.
Yes, it's part of an album called The Grow Up.
Can you talk more about the project and how like the songs are structured on the thing?
Okay, The Grow Up, it was a long time. It had been a long time coming since the year 2019. And I was just writing a couple of songs, building up some songs. So how it's structured is it's based around, the things like growing pains, growing pleasures, growing joys, achievements. Love is included because at the end of the day, love is a universal thing, and it's part of growing up. It'll always follow you when you grow up. That's the nature of love. We also have, ambitions. We're dealing with themes like ambition as well. With my song, like No Pressure, if you want to hear about, people should relax when they are on this journey, and they will actually, go further than they ever thought. So it's different themes that are associated with growing up as a human being, and that's how my album is structured.
Oh, okay. And then the cover art, there's no like message behind the cover art, is there?
My cover art is me, an introduction to myself. I'm actually posing with an umbrella. It was a rainy day when we took that photo, so I thought, hey, let me include my umbrella, and just, look pretty me, natural me. So I've got my natural hair on there. So there's no deep meaning. It's me. It's an introduction to the visage, the image, and then what you'll hear after.
Okay, so what should we expect after?
After listening to the album.
Like, is there anything that you're working on right now?
Oh, yeah.
Or are you still pushing the album?
I'm performing the album whenever I get the opportunities to. I actually just had a concert called the First Corner Show. So yes. The second corner show is coming, and I would really like to create a relationship with different venues and, grow my audience. But yes, I just threw my first concert called the First Corner Show. It was in Maboneng at the Social Table.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're promoting the Social Table now?
I'm not. I was just telling you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was just also for people to come, because I'm gonna keep performing at the venue anyway, so it doesn't hurt that I am promoting it anyway.
Oh, okay. And then in terms of people who wanna book you, where can they book you and find you? Yeah.
Sure. My email address. So I'm on Instagram at Trudy_Traid, and my email address is Trudy1902@gmail.com. My number is also on there on my Instagram page. This was Trudy Traid on Amalyrics TV. Thank you for having me.